Because I was an ADC to Gen Elly Tumwine, I recall very well the time when Gen Elly Tumwine got Jolly as a wife. As a young lady then, she came to join the family at Kololo, where, as you have heard, there was already numbers in the house. Numbers. The Nam choirs, the lieutenant knights, and the others. Very many in the house. But I want to thank Jolly that you are able to hold all that and enable Gen Elly Tumwine to look after all those children, look after them, educate them, and you are besides him. Thank you very much. Thank you. Because as a young girl, possibly you would have said, no, this is not what I came in for. But you are there. You are there when at a time, as you have heard, Gen Elly Tumwine was a workaholic. And during that time between 1987 to 86, 87, 88, we used to stay in office up to about midnight. You can imagine a newly wed lady, a newly wed couple, but should not see the husband until possibly deep in the night. And then very early by 6, he's leaving for office. Jolly, thank you very much. I want to say this. I think most of the people have talked so well. And during this time, the good words you can't hear. It's a challenge to those of us who are staying behind. I want to thank him for bring children up the children. This is a big challenge for us, those of us who are still living and who are still having children. Having loving their children and making them part of you. You could hear them here talking about their father. You would really feel that his children knew him. They loved him. He was there even when he had a lot to do for this country. So I want to thank him for leaving behind a legacy of good children and a good family. And I also want to thank Daudi for giving that commitment. We, not I, we will forge ahead. That gives a lot of hope, because many times, and this is what we have, my experience with, as an army officer and an army commander at one time, that many families becomes very difficult, even government to help, because once the main husband goes away, then the family shatters, and everybody is pulling this way and that way. But when I had the we in Daudi, I felt happy that you have left a very solid family which is going to stay together and move whatever you have been able to do. As somebody said, Gen Elly Tumwine was not materialistic. No. No. He would not be in this house. He would be having a mansion. A CDF, an army commander at that time, when this business of accountability, where COSAS is calling us and skinning us before the media, was not there, when there was no park. I've seen the Honorable Bamirama here, but then there was the CCF, and there was nothing like those accountability issues. But for him, as a cadre, he never looked for material. And I don't know where we lost those words, bourgeoisie. Craig, you remember them? Eh? Yes. Exactly. We have lost them and now feel rubbed the wrong side of the shoulder if you talked bad about your UPDF. He would not mince words about that. No. UPDF was his life. Somebody said he was very smart. Yes, because he loved the uniform. He designed our first uniform. The first uniform of UPDF was designed by him. The first emblem was designed by him. So, General, thank you very much in absentia, much as you're lying there. I know that up there, possibly you are looking down and saying, yes, I did something for my country, and you have really done so. I would like to request, in a way of thanking, I would like to request the Chancellery. There is Professor Wulira in Nairobi. That professor, I don't know how many Ugandans he has touched. I don't know whether we cannot give him a medal. I don't know. If we can recommend, every patient from here goes to Professor Wulira, goes through his hands, and everybody gives a testimony of how dedicated he is to his service. So I would request that among the people we can thank and maybe extend a medal is to Professor Wulira. I would like to end because of, I don't know whether General Katumba is now analyzing whether I'm a cadre or not.
I want to thank his family for cooperating with the UPDF fraternity, especially during the last days of his life on earth. I also want to thank the doctors who tried all their best to try and save his life. I want to thank all of you mourners for coming to commiserate with the family and to comfort them during this difficult time when their loved one departs them. I pray that God will comfort the family, and as Dawood has mentioned, to enable them manage. Like in the Bible, the book of Matthew, chapter 5, I think verse 4, that blessed are those who mourn, for the Lord will comfort them. I pray that the Lord comforts you. Once again, I want to thank everybody who has come here to condole the family. During this difficult time. I thank you very much. Has lived his life, and through the many achievements that have been mentioned by the previous speakers, which I wouldn't like to repeat, that's what makes his legacy. Legacy, not necessarily in law, but legacy of contributing to the present and the future generations, like everybody else has mentioned. He has done this through the various offices he has held in the command, in leadership. As you can see, he was making more leaders because that is the duty of leaders, to make other leaders not only followers.